This woman, Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee, was killed while riding the light rail in South Charlotte. Since that time, there have been several questions about what happened, why it happened, and could it have been prevented.
What's going on in this world we living in? Every day's a new beginning, but feels like the end. Talking about peace, but still dropping bombs.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too's just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened, until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail. The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on the train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. CAT says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off mass transit.
This man has been incarcerated 14 different times. And she was stabbed by a homeless ex-con. Why has he been set out on the street? During the incident, officers said he bizarrely claimed a man-made material inside of his body was controlling him as he ate and walked and talked, according to an affidavit. Okay, so he's demonically possessed. A premeditated racial hate crime. That's what this was. All of society is generally peaceful. But 2 to 3% of society are like the career criminals. Maybe like 1%. I don't know. It's this small, de minimis number that if you were to just lock them up permanently, that you would get rid of all crime. You'd get rid of all of the psychotic, demonic, senseless, whatever you want to call this. I hate people calling it senseless because this is clearly a premeditated murder by somebody who's demon possessed. He also didn't pay the fare on the bus. So no with him whatsoever. The two didn't know each other. What compelled him to murder her? Well, we all know. We all know exactly what it was. She's a member of a group of people who are the most systematically oppressed and the single most systematically targeted and attacked group of people in the world. It is totally and completely permissible for this to happen. There won't be any outrage. There won't be any marches. There'll be nothing.
Whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is where I come in here and I have to say something about this. Statements like that, saying things like that, are the reason why we're in a situation we're in right now. Why Republicans fight Democrats and blacks fight whites in Israel and Gaza and everywhere else. Statements just like that. You call this a premeditated hate crime? Hate crime? Really? Are you kidding me? There are what? 1, 2, 3, 4 other black people on that train right there, spread out, and the only seat open in front of him was the only seat that was visibly to sit in. It was the easiest seat. So why would she not sit there? That man wasn't premeditated anything. He didn't know if he was on here, on this planet, on Jupiter or Pluto or somewhere else right then. He was higher than a kite. You're going to talk about that's premeditated. Hell no, that wasn't. He was on something else. He needed some mental help. You guys could definitely see that right there. But to say that that's premeditated, no. And it wasn't. And to say that that man knew that she was Ukrainian, he knew that she was from Ukraine and she came here to have a peaceful life and a better life. And that's why he did it. That's what you guys are saying? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's absolutely ridiculous. Some of you seem like you might be on Uranus or something. Anyways, and let's go ahead and talk about the fact that you guys want to say something about the tickets, that he didn't have a pass to get on there. How many people over here sneak on those trains? We know that. So don't use little cop-outs like that. And to talk about they should be locked up or they should be in a mental hospital, well, you know what? I give you guys a little inside info. It's harder than hell to get into a mental hospital. I tried to get in there because my dog and stuff like that. I packed up a bag. Even went there for 2 hours in a lobby, and they didn't have any rooms or anything like that. They turned me down. What makes it worse? The next day I went back for help. Same thing, bags for a couple hours in the lobby on camera. They didn't have any room. So when you talk about needing help and they need help and they can get it and all this stuff, no, they can't. They can't. It's terrible. It's a revolving door. You get it and you're in and out, in and out, in and out, just like the jail system. Anyways, this was a terrible, unfortunate incident, but I had to say my 2 cents about that there.
Would we let low-life scumbags like this on our street? Homelessness must be illegal. Homelessness must be illegal. Be homeless in DC. You're not allowed to live in a tent on the street. This is what it creates. This wasn't random. This was preventable. It's a war on white people. Her blood is on the hands of the system that lets violent criminals roam while innocent people pay the price. All of society is terrorized. Jesse Smollett's fake hate crime drew more media outrage than this. That's exactly correct.
Living in every day's a new beginning, but feels like the end. Talking about peace, but still dropping bombs. Do I need to pull up the charts? Just look at Vietnam. Changing fast, faster than we see. Think about your future and what it will be. Will artificial intelligence be the start of the end?